Okay, so before we start, I would just like to say this is not a rant video against the PlayStation brand as a whole. As a matter of fact, I would even go as far as to say if I was to purchase another console, it would probably be either a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation Vita. And yeah, I've played, I actually own a PSP and a PlayStation TV, which unfortunately don't get used that much, but I'm really down for playing a lot more Sony franchises because a lot of them honestly interest me. Franchises like God of War, I played the part of the beginning of the original. It was the PlayStation 2 version, but I played it on my PlayStation TV, and I've also played Gran Turismo PSP. And yeah, I've definitely become a lot more interested in Sony's franchises, and in fact, the funny thing is, for the past couple E3s, games that would like mildly interest Sony fans, mainly because they've already been announced at prior events, honestly, really draw me in. Games like Days Gone, that upcoming Spider-Man game, and even during the Sony E3 conference, a lot of games caught my attention, like most notably the Ghost of Tsushima, which isn't I don't think it's being developed by Sony, but it was definitely shown off the. Oh wait, it is being developed by Sony. But yeah, those are games that really caught my attention, and I've honestly been debating saving up to get a PS4. So I have absolutely no ill will towards Sony. I mean, if Sony's your preferred console, that's totally fine. I still kind of prefer Nintendo, but I'd be down for trying to pick up a PS4. Regardless of where you are, that's fine, just as long as you're not killing each other or trying to advocate your supreme favorite brand and so forth. But I wanted to talk about an issue that the PS4 has had that a lot of people, especially recently, because Fortnite is coming to the Switch, aren't too happy to learn. And that is, you cannot use your PS4 Fortnite account on Fortnite for Switch, or vice versa. Like, if you created an account for Fortnite for Switch, you can't use that on your PS4. And that has to do with how Sony has not been down for this thing called cross-platform play, or there's a lot of names for a cross-network play. I'm just going to call it cross-play, which basically allows you to play with your friends on different platforms. So if Sony allowed cross-play, you would be allowed to use your PS4 Fortnite account with Switch, and you could play. If you're playing Fortnite on PS4, you could play with your friends that have not just Switches, but also the Xbox One and PC. And Sony gave their very half-assed reasoning for this, and I'll read you the quote here. We're always open to hearing what the PlayStation community is interested in to enhance their gaming experience. Fortnite is already a huge hit with PS4 fans, offering a true free-to-play experience so gamers can jump in and play online. With 79 PS4s sold around the world and more than 80 million monthly active users on PlayStation Network, we've built a huge community of gamers who can play together on Fortnite and all online titles. We also offer Fortnite crossplay support with PC, Mac, iOS, and Android devices, expanding the opportunity for Fortnite fans on PS4 to play with even more gamers on other platforms. So, excuse me. So basically what Sony is saying is that, we already got a ton of PS4 fans, so you have plenty of people to play with, even if your friends happen to own other consoles. And if you want to play with them, and I guess the statement was saying that you could play with your friends that are on PC and Mac, so okay, that's out of the equation. But so instead of playing with friends that have an Xbox One or a Nintendo Switch, you're going to have to just play with mainly our PS4 fan base, which, yeah, that's not really nice, Sony, especially given, like, in a realistic scenario, even though I don't think my friend Steven, who's seen in many of my videos, would be caught dead playing Fortnite, but in a realistic scenario, he primarily games on PS4, and, I primarily game on Switch, so Yeah, I mean, if we wanted to play, and I've played a little on Fortnite, except I couldn't figure my way around it, but that's not the point of this video. My point of this video is basically to speak out against Sony's idea of how they only want people to play on PS4. And I, like many of you guys, I suspect it's because, technically speaking, Sony has the most amount of consoles right now. Like, they're leading the smartphone race. Like, I'll show you this picture from this chart from VG Charts. I mean, I know they said 79 million PS4s, but if you look at this VG Charts chart, for lack of a better term, they definitely have a lot more, like more than double the amount of Xbox Ones out there, and easily around more than 3 times the amount of Nintendo Switches that are out on the market. So they're basically saying, oh, if you want to play Fortnite with your friends, they all better go buy a PS4. And trust me, like as a person who doesn't play Fortnite, like if somebody were to sit down and teach me, I'd be really down for it because Fortnite is a really confusing game for me. And I'm definitely not I wouldn't want to buy a PS4 to do crossplay. And I think that's my point. Like, if, like me personally, I'm very interested in many of Sony's franchises like Gran Turismo, God of War, Days Gone, and Last of Us. I don't really know. I think I played a little bit of Uncharted, and I don't really know how well I do. But people, I think, are going to buy like a PlayStation 4 for either Sony's franchises or because they have really good third-party support. Like, you can also get games like Doom, love it or hate it, the Call of Duty games on PS4. They're not gonna buy a PS4 just because, I mainly play Fortnite and like I'm just buying a PS4 just to play Fortnite with friends. And if anything, it's showing online that this is not working out. I mean, there's people out there that are even saying they're being held hostage on PS4, not because they own a PS4, but because Sony isn't letting them play with other console with friends that have other consoles mainly. And like I said, my suspicion is because Sony is trying to continue market dominance, and I really just don't think that's the way to grow market dominance, just by saying, oh, if you want to play with your friends, you gotta go buy a PS4, because we know if you're a console gamer, you probably don't play that much on your smartphone, which I personally don't. I mean, if you do, that's great. I'm just saying, for those who want to simply have a PS4 and it just so happens that your friends are on Xbox One or Switch, you want to be able to play with them easily. And the really funny thing was, I remember when Sony initially, even before this, when they initially came out and defended why they don't allow crossplay with other consoles, they used the "we need to protect the children" response. And I think they came out with this updated version where they're basically saying, hey, we have such a big install base because now that Nintendo is allowing crossplay, not just with Fortnite, but with other games like Rocket League, they can't use the we need to protect the children defense anymore. Not that, I don't think, many people turn to Sony when it comes to, primarily of children gamers, but because now that Nintendo, which is synonymous with children, is allowing crossplay, Sony needs to come out with a more updated response. And either response is ridiculous, but I just really wish that Sony would let their players, their PS4 Fortnite fans play with other consoles, especially since people are going to buy a PS4 to play these Sony exclusives and the third-party support. Because admittedly, the PS4 has much better third-party support than the Switch. Not just because, crossplay. Because honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I have had friends that played, systems from many other consoles. I've had friends that are primarily Xbox gamers. I have friends that are primarily PlayStation gamers. And I have friends that are primarily Nintendo gamers. I mean, yes, you could always buy another console, and I am considering buying a PS4, but not everybody is down for that. And me personally, not because of this crossplay issue, but because I'm still trying to find a job, I'm not getting a PS4 for a while. I'm just saying down the line, I'd really like to, but until then, and also for those who primarily play on PS4, I think it'd be a really good idea if they could play with their Xbox One and Switch fans. So, alright guys, this has been Blood Moon Bobby. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you think that Sony should allow their PS4 Fortnite fans to crossplay, or should they not? Is there any legitimate reasoning? As ridiculous as it may be, you never know. Please let me know if you have any ideas for gaming stories. My email address is in the description, and you can also let me know your ideas in the comments. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later. Hey guys, this has been a Blood Moon Bobby video. Please like this video or dislike it, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.